Not long ago, Real Madrid had a legend, a player who wasn't just a name. He was a symbol of intelligence, of calmness, of class. He was the kind of player who made the club feel like home. But when he returned as manager, everything changed. Not just the results, not just the tactics, but the entire relationship. And now, after everything, the question echoes in the halls of Santiago Bernabeu. Did Real Madrid betray a legend again? Today, we're going to look beyond the headlines, beyond the rumors, beyond the noise. We're going to understand what really happened. Because this isn't just a story about football. It's a story about trust and how quickly it can disappear. When Xabi Alonso first arrived at Real Madrid, he wasn't just another signing. He was a statement that the club wanted class, elegance, intelligence. And in every sense, Alonso delivered. He was the kind of midfielder who made the game look effortless. He didn't need to run endlessly to be influential. His influence came from his mind. He controlled the tempo. He dictated the rhythm. He made the team feel calm, even when the match was chaotic. Fans didn't just admire him. They trusted him. When he had the ball, the stadium felt safer. He was the kind of player who made you believe the club could win anything. And that's why he became a legend. Not because he scored the most goals, but because he made the club feel like itself again. To understand why Alonso became a legend, we need to understand his style. Alonso wasn't a fast player. He wasn't a physical monster. He wasn't the most explosive midfielder. But he was the smartest. He read the game like a chess player. He always knew where the ball would go next. He could deliver a pass that changed the entire match, and he did it with calmness. This style fit Real Madrid perfectly, because Real Madrid is a club built on confidence, on control, on dominance. Alonso's style gave the team the ability to slow the game down, and then strike at the right moment. He wasn't just a midfielder. He was the brain. And when he played, the team felt more like a team. When Alonso returned as manager, it felt like destiny. A legend coming back to restore the club's identity. The fans were excited. The media was curious. Even the players seemed to breathe easier. For a moment, it felt like Real Madrid had finally found the right path. But football isn't built on feelings. It's built on results. And the problem is, results take time. Real Madrid, however, doesn't believe in time. Let's be honest. Real Madrid doesn't bring back former players as managers often. They don't always do it. So when Alonso returned, it wasn't just another appointment. It was a message. A message that the club wanted to return to its roots. A message that the club wanted stability. And in the modern world of football, stability is rare. So naturally, the expectation was huge. Not just from fans, but from the club itself. The first warning signs didn't come from losses. They came from the atmosphere, from the way the club acted behind the scenes. Transfers started to feel disconnected. The squad didn't fully reflect Alonso's style, and slowly, the pressure began to build. Alonso wasn't being allowed to shape the team in his image. It's like hiring a director, then telling him he must use the old script. The club's direction started to feel inconsistent. And in football, inconsistency is the first step toward failure. Then came the Super Cup, a match that should have been a moment of proof, a moment of validation. Instead, it became a symbol of the bigger issue. A legend losing, not because he lacked skill, but because the system around him failed. It wasn't just a loss. It was a message that the club was not ready to be patient. And when the result came, the reaction was immediate. Fans began to doubt. The media began to question. The club began to panic. The Super Cup didn't break Alonso. It simply exposed a deeper problem. To understand the full story, we need to look at the structure. Real Madrid's management structure is complex. There are layers of influence. There are advisors. There are directors. There are big personalities. In this environment, a manager needs a strong mandate. But Alonso wasn't given a full mandate. He was given partial control and told to deliver full results. This is like asking a driver to win a race, but not allowing him to choose the car. Alonso's style requires a specific type of player. A player who understands tempo. A player who can hold possession. A player who can make smart passes. But Real Madrid's transfer policy did not fully support this. The club was still buying players for a different style. Players designed for speed, counterattacks, and chaos, which is not Alonso's style. And when the squad doesn't match the system fails. This is where the real tragedy lies. Alonso wasn't failing alone. He was failing because the club didn't fully support his vision. Real Madrid has a history of building teams around personalities. But Alonso needed the opposite. He needed a team built around a system. And that's the conflict. It's a club that thrives on star power. But Alonso was trying to build something more disciplined. Real Madrid is under constant media scrutiny. Every mistake is amplified. Every loss becomes a crisis. And the media is not patient. They don't give time. They don't give space. They don't give forgiveness. So when Alonso's results dipped, the media reaction was intense. The narrative began to change quickly, from legend returning to legend failing. And once that narrative starts, it becomes hard to stop. Fans are passionate, but they are also emotional. When the team loses, they react. When the team doesn't play the way they expect, they react. And Real Madrid fans are not shy about it. The club's culture is built on winning. So when winning becomes uncertain, the fans begin to question everything. And that pressure reaches the manager first. Even if the manager is a legend. Let's look at the timeline. A strong start, a hopeful atmosphere, high expectations. Then the first losses, then the first doubts, then the Super Cup defeat, then the media pressure, then the board's impatience, and finally, the decision. It happened quickly, but it wasn't sudden. It was the result of a slow breakdown. So did Alonso fail because he wasn't good enough? Or did the club set him up to fail? When a manager doesn't get the players he needs, when he doesn't get the time he needs, when the club doesn't fully support his system, then failure becomes inevitable. It becomes a matter of when, not if. Real Madrid lost more than a manager. They lost a chance to build something long-term. They lost a chance to rebuild identity. They lost a chance to build a legacy. Because in football, the greatest clubs aren't built on instant success. They're built on stability. Real Madrid chose speed over stability. And that choice has consequences. This story isn't only about Alonso. It's a lesson for future legends. If you return to Real Madrid, you must understand. You will be celebrated, but you may not be protected. You will be praised, but you may not be supported. You will be a legend, but you may still be replaced. That's the reality of elite football. So, did Real Madrid betray a legend again? Or did they simply follow the rules of elite football? A world where patience is rare, where success is expected instantly, and where loyalty is fragile. The truth may be uncomfortable, but it is also clear. Alonso didn't fail because he was weak. He failed because the system was not built for him. And that's the real tragedy. Because legends don't leave clubs. Clubs leave legends. Share your thoughts and comment below. Tell me what you think happened, and whether Xabi Alonso deserved to treat it this way. And if you enjoyed this calm, thoughtful breakdown, subscribe for more football stories like this. Because football isn't just about who wins, it's indeed more than a game. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.